All right, everybody, welcome back to Catching Up with Cassie J. I am here to catch you guys up on the Life After Lockup. We are here to talk about the wife, the girlfriend, and the side chick. What an appropriate title for this past week's episode. So I'm just going to get right into it. I think I want to start with Angela and Tony because I actually have something to say about them this week. Because I hadn't had nothing to say really about them all season actually. But this week they gave me a tiny bit to talk about. So we're just gonna jump in. So Angela is basically letting Tony go and shop for his suit for their wedding. She's still moving forward with this wedding. We'll see if and when it happens. And she told him that her friend Tommy is going to go with him to help him out because that's something that you do with a guy. And I guess either he don't have any guy friends or she doesn't trust him with anybody else. So while they're out shopping for suits, Tommy's trying to get a feel for him to see if he is a decent guy or if he really is the guy that he thinks that he is. While they're out shopping, he basically lets him know, I want you to know that I proposed to Angela and I really care about her. This is my best friend. And I do not want to see her get hurt again. If you were to hurt her, basically you're going to have me to deal with. And Tony said, when did you propose to her? He was like, oh, it was a while back. Don't worry about it. Tony said, well, we've been engaged for 2 years. So, when did this happen? Needless to say, it's happened within that time that they've been together, but he didn't give him a specific time. He was just like, there's no need to get into the details of when it happened. Just know, it happened, and it's she said no, but he said, so that means that you love her? And he said, yeah, I do. I love her. That's my friend, and I don't want anything to happen to her. If something was to happen to her, you have me to deal with, and I'll make sure that she doesn't get hurt again. Tony took that as like a threat, like, oh, you're going to do something to me, like, you're going to take me out or something. And he was like, so have you ever killed somebody? I don't know why he went that extreme. And he said, no, I haven't ever killed anybody before. He said, okay, well then, if you never killed anybody, don't talk about things that you've never done. Tony, you act like you running around mobster style killing people. So you don't talk about stuff that you don't know anything about either. You don't know anything about being faithful or being no husband or nothing either, but you run around trying to propose to people and talking about getting married, so pipe down. So Tony has the nerve to get upset with Angela for not telling him about this proposal and goes home and demands that Angela basically cuts off her relationship with Tommy and to disinvite him to the wedding. Angela laughs, and I agree with the response and tells him that I'm not going to disinvite him. He is my friend. He will continue to be my friend, and he will be invited to the wedding. You are in no position to tell me that he is not going to be there. You was out here cheating with prostitutes. Of course, he's like, that was in the past. You can't compare this to what he did. You're absolutely right. An engagement to sleeping with prostitutes, they don't compare. You're absolutely right. So you just sit down and shut up and be thankful that you're still around, okay? Moving along to Marcelino and Brittany. Marcelino came home late, got home from his poker coaching. Brittany asked him, how did he do? And he was like, oh, I did good. I didn't do too bad. And she said, well, how did your cousin do? He was like, oh, he's an idiot. He never does good. Now, remember last week, she had already talked to his cousin because his cousin called looking for him. So she knew that they weren't together. So she went to sleep. The next morning she got up, took her kids over to a friend's house. So she wanted to sit down and confront Marcelino about where he really was. Because in her mind, she's thinking, okay, you were out with some woman, something, you're cheating, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing because you're not telling me what's going on. When she gets back home, she confronts him. She wakes him up by pouring beer on him. He wakes up confused. He's not startled. He doesn't like overreact. He just wakes up and he's just there. And she's like, where were you at last night? I know you weren't playing poker. You're a liar. If you're going to do this to me, I'm going to just leave. I'm not going to be in a marriage. I'm not going to be in no relationship with somebody and they're lying to me. I'm not going to do this. I'm pregnant with your baby. Like, she's just throwing it all at him. And he's just, I guess, trying to figure out what just happened. So she finally was like, well, if you're not going to tell me, I'm going to leave. So at that moment, I think it's when it clicked to him that, okay, this is real. Okay, now things are coming together. And he said, no, like, where are you going? She said, since you're not going to tell me where you were at, I'm going to leave. So he tells her the truth and says, I haven't been winning. I've lost some money. So I went and got help. I went to a coach to try to learn how to be a better poker player. So now she has two issues with him. So you've been lying to me about the money and you lied to me about where you went. And he's still kind of being, walking that fine line and was like, no, I'm not lying to you about the money. Like, and essentially he has the money to pay the bills, but he in his mind has a set amount of money he wants to keep. And he's gotten a little bit lower than that amount. And that is why it has become an issue for him. That wasn't good enough for her, so she still left. Clint and Tracy are having issues still because Tracy has still been gone from the house. Clint's talking to his mom about it because he has went and stayed with his mom. And his mom has told him, she's no good for you. You need to just cut your ties with her. And if you continue to stay with her or go back to her, then I'm going to have to distance myself from you and set boundaries with you because I don't want to continue to be a part of that. And that's understandable because it's like, if you're going to continue to be in a toxic situation with somebody, I don't want to continue to be around you either because it's causing me issues too. While he's at his mom's house, he finds out that Tracy has went home. And because he still loves her, he wants to go and he wants to see her and he wants to try one last time to get her to go to rehab. His mom was like, I'm telling you, Clint, let it go. She's not going to go. Just let it go. So he tries to trick his mom and was like, well, Mom, I really do want to just go to the house and make sure that my dog is okay. Can you please take me home? Because I don't have my car. She took my car. His mom was like, no. Try that trick on somebody else. No, I'm not taking you home. I'm not aiding you. I'm not enabling you. You go home on your own. Figure it out. He was like, Mom, I'm just trying to go home and check on my dog. Didn't she tell you? This is what boundaries are. Something that you have not learned to establish. She's not taking you home. Get an Uber. He gets an Uber. He gets home. And he's locked out the house. What I'm confused on is when you left your house, did you not lock it up? Did you not have keys? How can you not get in your own house? So you just left your house unlocked? You just walked out without no keys? I'm confused by that. So he's locked out the house. Andrea and Lamar. Andrea has now made up a new theory in her head that Lamar is indeed cheating on her, but he's cheating on her with prostitutes. So she calls her friend Michelle over to talk. And Michelle was like, girl, you was crazy. You was making up stuff in your head. And I'm going to need you to get it together. So she said, well, you go up there and talk to Lamar and you see if you can get some truths out of him. And she's like, girl, I don't need to get truths out of him. I think the man is telling you the truth. I just think that you crazy. So while she's talking to Lamar basically was just saying that she's gotten in her head and she's gotten so used to me being in prison. And I'm no longer in prison. And she wants that. Like, she's stuck on that. I'm used to being able to control the relationship, and that's not our relationship anymore. Like, it's new because I'm free, and they really need to redefine their relationship now that he is no longer a prisoner. You can't take him out of one prison and put him in the prison of Andrea. You need to look at what does the relationship now look like now that he is a free man. How does that relationship look? And that's what they need to do in order for their relationship to last. Now, Lacey, Shane, and John. Lacey is playing a game of who can hurt the other one the most. She's over there flirting with John, and that's her goal. She wants to hurt Shane. But my thing is, if you was really mature and grown, just leave the man. If you really are unhappy, you don't want to be with him, just leave. What is the purpose of trying to hurt his feelings? What's that going to do other than get somebody physically hurt? Like, that's going to really get somebody hurt. Just leave him. But that ain't what she's trying to do. She wants to play this game. And she's like, because I'm the best at it. I can do this better than anybody else. You're going to get somebody back in jail. That's all that's going to do. Somebody's going to go back to jail. And that's sad that you would take somebody's freedom away. You would endanger somebody's freedom just because you want to play a game. Now, my last favorite threesome that now has become a foursome is Sarah, Maria, Michael, and Megan. So Michael did come back to the hotel. Of course, Maria was upset because she's like, where were you? You said you were going to be gone for a few hours, then you ended up being gone the whole night. You weren't answering my phone calls and my text messages. She's starting to sound a little bit more like a girlfriend than the free spirit woman that Michael said that he was so in love with and so happy to have, who didn't have no chains on him. So Michael explained, well, I stayed because my girls wanted me to stay, and I'm sorry, trying to smooth things over with her. But Maria wasn't too happy about that. It didn't go over that smooth with her. She was like, yeah, okay. So while they're in the middle of this conversation, Megan starts calling. And she's like, well, who's that? He was like, it's Megan. She's like, why is she calling you? He was like, I don't know. So, again, more signs of a girl that's turning more into a girlfriend than this free spirit woman. And she was like, you need to dead that. Like, that relationship, that should have been ended. It's not over. So they asked Sarah what happened between her and Michael that night. And first she lied. Said, oh, they slept in separate beds. Then she said, no, we just stayed up all night and talked. Then she was like, okay, I'm going to be honest. We had sex. Which I figured was going to happen. Anybody that watched the show and didn't think that, you're crazy. So Megan keeps calling Michael and blowing up his phone. So he finally says that he's going to step out and have a cigarette. And Maria's like, oh, okay, fine. He goes outside, he calls Megan back, and Megan's like, where have you been? Why you haven't answered my phone calls? I've been looking for you. And he was like, I'm sorry, I just been busy. I had to come up here to New York to see my girls. And she said that I don't have no problem with you seeing your girls. What I got to do with you not answering my phone calls? So he's trying to juggle all these women, and it's kind of hard to do when you're telling women that you're in a relationship with them. Because usually when you're in a relationship with somebody, you talk to them. You don't go weeks and weeks without talking to them. What about this man they like so much? I don't know. He does not have a job. He does not have goals, dreams, morals. Nothing about him seems appeasing. He doesn't have a decent credit score, I doubt, because you don't have a job. You've been in and out of jail, so I don't see what about him. Nothing. He doesn't bring anything to the table but headache. So he was like, well, I'm going to come out and see you in a couple of weeks. Megan was like, oh, okay, I might be available. Megan, you need to make sure you're not available. Tell him I'm unavailable. I'm unavailable until 3000, the year 3000. That's when I'll be available next. Book me for January 32, the year 3000. That's when you can book me. So he goes back to the hotel. And Maria's like, what took you so long to take that smoke break? Did you smoke the whole pack of cigarettes? Maria, you becoming real clingy like. Michael about to cut you off soon too, honey, because he don't like no chains and collars and chokers around his neck. He's a free spirit. He's a hoe. He don't want the answer to nobody. While he's over there sweet talking Maria, Sarah's on her way over to the hotel because she says that Michael was supposed to came back and took the girls to get ice cream, and since he didn't come back and didn't call her, she's gonna just show up because at the end of the day, that's still her husband. And remember, she said last week that's her man, so she can come see him whenever she want to. She shows up. Conveniently, Michael and Maria are walking out of the hotel together at the same time. And they have this altercation in the parking lot. Maria's upset because she's like, how dare she comes to the hotel? Why didn't she call like she's been calling the whole time they've been there? She had no reason to come to their place where they're laying their head at while they're visiting. And I think the real reason why she got upset, one of the reasons why she got upset, is because before they had went downstairs, Michael had told her, I'm about to go back to Detroit, and when I leave to go to Detroit, I'm going to put you on a plane and go back to Florida. So basically it's like, our trip is done. But then here comes Sarah showing up, and it's like, why are you here? What do you want? And he's, well, you know what? I came to see my husband to talk about our kids. And she was like, well, you could have texted or called him. So she's out there like she ready to fight. And Sarah's just as calm and cool, like, girl, you don't want this problem. Anyway, like, Mike, I need to talk to you because, you didn't do what you said you was going to do. And Mike was looking at her like, why are you here blowing up my spot? And she was like, listen, girl, stop running up on me. You don't want no problems with me because I'll embarrass you. I will hurt your feelings. And the girl's just like, hurt my feelings. What you got to say? So she turned around. She said, oh, okay, so you want to do this? She could not wait. She is so ready to tell this girl that she slept with Michael. My thing is this, Sarah, what is that going to do for you? Like, okay, you slept with him, so what? He slept with her. He's sleeping with Megan and probably 5 or 6 other girls. That don't make no difference. That don't change nothing for you. That don't add no value to you sleeping with him. You just another number, another person, another girl. You just the dumb one that married him and had kids. That's it. He's not going to be loyal or faithful to you, girl. So you sleeping with him and you running all around telling the other girls, oh, he with you, but he's still sleeping with me. That don't change the fact that he's still sleeping with all these other people. If anything, it's putting you at risk, honey. He out here sleeping with all the other girls. Girl, stop. Let it go. Move on. Please. Please. Let it go. What's wrong with these people? But anyway, as usual, I enjoyed this show, and I want to thank you all for continuing to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to talking about these crazy people more and more every week. So until next time, bye.